Greetings, and welcome to a world of horror. A place where one's sanity is put to the ultimate test. The unknown and the unnatural are lurking around every corner. Behind this door, a beast lurking in a mansion. Behind that door, a tall man in a suit. Behind another, a creepy statue just waiting for you to blink.
You're about to enter a world of uncertainty and darkness. A world that can turn on you or leave you in misery for all eternity. You're about to enter Dual Controllers.
In the realm of horror, there's one franchise that is considered defining. This franchise is known as the Silent Hill series. These games take on a more psychological style of horror, with emphasis on atmosphere. Story-wise, the games don't have much connection, besides the fact that they take place in the same town of Silent Hill. You play the everyman, with improvised melee weapons and weak firearms, making action combat a non-option. The games focus more on survival and puzzle solving as you try to escape the horrors of Silent Hill. Even from 1999, Silent Hill retains its chilling atmosphere to this day. Of course, an honorable mention would be the Resident Evil series, which it is considered to have named and defined the horror genre.
For Retro, we'll be taking a look at several games based off horror franchises. First up is Friday the 13th for the NES. In this game, you pick a camp counselor and walk around Camp Crystal Lake till an alarm sounds. That means Jason is attacking either a counselor or the kids of the camp. Fighting Jason in this game is rather reminiscent of the style in Punch-Out!, also for the NES. You gather weapons to replace your worthless rock and occasionally run into Jason during your trip and even see the ghost of his mother. The next game on our list is A Nightmare on Elm Street. In this game, you explore the homes of Elm Street in search of all of Freddy Krueger's remains in order to finish him off once and for all. You'll be fighting creatures that are roaming the streets and falling boulders. Keeping with the films, somewhat, your player will eventually fall asleep and go into the dream world. During this point, the Freddy music will play during the level, then soon Freddy will come after you for a fight. To wake up, you have to find the radio. At the end of the level, you'll face an incarnation of Freddy. And that's about it. Besides the dream token, which can allow you to play as different characters, and also this game supports up to 4 players. The next game is Halloween for the Atari 2600. In this game, you play as a babysitter who has to protect a kid as Michael Myers, though not mentioned by name, has broken into the house. You have to find the kid and take him to the other sides of the house while avoiding the killer when he appears. A weapon will appear at random throughout the game, and if the babysitter picks it up and touches Michael, he will take off for a short while. The game has no end, just a high score. The next game is much like Halloween, but in terms of the goal being to get a high score. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was also for the Atari 2600. In this game, however, you take on the role of the killer himself. Your goal is to murder as many trespassers before the fuel in your chainsaw runs out, all while avoiding obstacles such as fences and cow skulls. Now for the games that make you want to watch your back in the dark, a prime example would be Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. This game takes unsettability to its extreme. You, Link, have 3 days to stop the moon from crashing into the town of Termina before it destroys the entire Earth. And this game is so eerie, the player will never forget they have that time limit because every time they look up, there's the freaking moon! And also, the music can be eerie at times, especially if you play the Song of Healing backwards. Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! I can hear it!
For games that more than just dabble in the horror, but put you right in the middle of the fear, we turn to PC games. Most people will have Amnesia, The Dark Descent come to mind when they think about horror games. You take on the role of the protagonist named Daniel as you explore the foreboding castle while avoiding the monsters lurking in the darkness and obstructing obstacles while solving puzzles. If players stay in the darkness, Daniel will start to lose his sanity, and the light is your safe haven from this. Progression of the story, or puzzle solving, will restore his sanity as well. Two new games known for their horror are Slender, The 8 Pages, and SPC Containment Breach. Slender is a game based on the folkloric figure known as Slenderman. Players have to collect 8 pages in the dark and foggy forest, avoiding Slenderman. The game has a heavy emphasis on atmosphere, as players have no means to defend themselves. Only armed with a flashlight, they must brave the forest. This game was met with some positive reviews and various games based on it. A new Slender game is also in the works. SPC Containment Breach is a game based on the stories of the SPC Foundation. Again, with no means to defend yourself, you must escape the SPC Foundation while avoiding all the creatures and things let loose in the confusion. Your main worry is the almost lifeless SPC-173. It won't move unless you aren't in direct eye contact with it. Despite that, there are other things lurking in the halls of the SPC Foundation. Another game known for horror is 1918: The Unknown War. In this game, you take on the role of a German soldier in the trenches of World War I. You must navigate the trenches and find a ladder to escape the monsters in the trenches. You have few means to defend yourself, but you can't kill. Flares, bullets, and the limbs of your fallen comrades will only stir off the beasts for so long. We hope you enjoyed this little journey into the unknown.
Let it be known that the images you have seen are nothing more than what you make of them.
So try not to ponder on these images of horror for too long during the night, because then you enter a world
we like to call
dual controllers.
Slenderman,